So we want to take the desert and make it blue. I didn't know much about desertification properly until we started talking about it. It's not just about heat. It's about things like drainage can lead to waterlogging of land, salts build up and the land becomes unusable. It can be compacted by cattle, then the soil dries up and blows away. You get downstream flooding, reduced water quality, dust storms like in the US in the 30s. You get diminished food production, social costs like migration and eventually war. UNESCO estimated that one country lost 20% of GDP. The immediate global loss annually is estimated at $42 billion from desertification. But that's obviously not including collateral damage, which is even higher. So the goal is to demonstrate, for someone to demonstrate, a self-sustaining and expanding living prototype land area of a given size, we haven't determined the size, supporting a diverse plant and animal and human life with no long-term adverse effects. Ideally it should be carbon negative, because what we're not looking for, we're not looking for an industrial style intervention with lots and lots of water piping, energy intensive irrigation. We're talking about the creation basically of an ecosystem which will propagate itself outwards into the desert and reverse desertification in that way. Who can participate? Communities, specialists. It's a multidisciplinary challenge. As I said, it's not about industrial chemistry. The benefits are fairly obvious. You're taking back a huge slice of GDP. There's social benefit, financial benefit, and so on. The technological gain is potentially very large. In order to do this, you have to solve problems that we need to solve anyway to deal with various other issues of climate. You're talking about water management, and you're talking about a new approach to agriculture, which again is useful because part of the problem initially is about not using intercropping, single germline crops, and so on. And finally, we have to accept a new role. We have to accept that we are basically a meta-keystone species. Every single ecosystem we touch, we alter. And that's a role we've shied away from, and we like to pretend that we don't, but we do. We affect everything. And we have to get a hold of that, we have to understand it, and get a new understanding of stewardship and our relationship with the natural world. And we have to learn to do it wisely. And that's why you can give us €100 million.
I just wanted to add that it is that the participants have to create a living prototype where there's already a human living population there, so they have to work with the local communities to make this happen. And cross-disciplinary teams are compulsory, so synthetic biologists working with water engineers, working with urban planners, and so on. So that's good.
It's a holistic thing.
Yes.
There we go. Any questions? Good.